What is up, guys? It's Cole, and welcome back to another episode of Brand Suicide. Today, we're hitting the big one. It's time for Brand Suicide YouTube edition. Now, before you click off this video, don't click off, all right? If you've never seen an episode of Brand Suicide, I highly suggest you check out the other 3 videos in this playlist, because it's a little bit different than what you think. This isn't a rant video. This isn't a YouTube hate video. I'm even trying to upload this when no one else is talking about it, so it's not part of the bandwagon. I'm gonna be analyzing a lot of YouTube's big mistakes and how it affects their brand, hence the name Brand Suicide. In fact, I even defend YouTube on a number of points, but we're gonna get to that in the video, so let's just get started. Now, this is an interesting thing to start with. Every company has a mission statement, and YouTube is no different. YouTube's mission statement from 2005 to 2012 was broadcast yourself. You've probably seen it. It was on YouTube's homepage, it was on the search page. When you looked up YouTube, it said YouTube, broadcast yourself. Now, in about 2012 and 13, YouTube began to phase these words out, slowly removing them from the logo and eventually from the search page. And they officially changed their company's mission statement to, YouTube's mission is to provide fast and easy video access and the ability to share videos frequently. They're probably like, Cole, you're just picking apart something totally pointless so you can stretch the video past 10 minutes for ad revenue. Yes, but the change in mission statement actually says a lot about the company and, ties into this point. Broadcast yourself seems like the worst mission statement at first, right? I mean, it's just 2 little words, but those words are actually really powerful. Can you recite the new mission statement that I just said 2 minutes ago? Probably not. It's long, it's formulated, it's exactly what you'd expect from a business. But what about broadcast yourself? Take yourself, everything about you, and put it out there on the internet. Put it out there for the world to see. It's all tied into there. Just 2 words is all it takes to communicate all of these things. Some of you probably remember it and don't even realize you remember it. It's practically ingrained in the back of my head from all the years that it was on Google search results. And if you start typing it, it still comes up as one of the recommended search options in Google Instant. The new mission statement is all business. Fast and easy video access and the ability to share videos frequently. I mean, it's all about efficiency. I mean, it doesn't matter if the quality is good. It doesn't matter what it's about. Just get those videos out there. Just be efficient. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about anyone. The love is gone.
Vader is a friend of mine. Vader is my friend. Vader is a friend of mine.
Now we're gonna hop into probably the biggest debacle, or one of the biggest that YouTube's gone through, and this was about 6 months to a year ago. The copyright debacle. Earlier on in this year, people started realizing that they could copyright claim or strike videos and basically get away with it. Many simply did it to take revenue off of videos, such as Merlin, a company that claimed I Hate Everything's video about memes so they could siphon off the revenue from that trending topic.
Copyright claimers, blenders. Thanks, totally not a reference you should look into, Wizard, for helping me out with that one. I really needed the $4 all those videos collectively made to buy a pizza.
Another example is FuzzyTube, who recently claimed Colossal's Crazy's documentary about him, probably to bite him in the butt for glancing a blow off his shiny bald head. Some, however, also used it to remove videos that may have talked about them in a bad light, exposed them for something, slandered them. The problem with it is the fact that YouTube just lets people get away with it. And it wasn't intentional. YouTube didn't have bad intentions, but what they did was they left their automatic system in charge of the whole thing. They let that thing run free, basically. Now, they acknowledged it recently, making a post about claims and a new system for holding on to revenue so that claimants can't take all of the revenue off your video until the whole thing is resolved. But other than that, I haven't seen much change, or even an apology. I've seen less strikes and takedowns as of late, but I'm not sure if it's just people losing the hype or if it's YouTube actually doing something about it in the background. Now, recently, YouTube has shown a trend towards popularity and importance in how they're partial to, 2 conflicting parties. I actually did a segment for Herotic's video a couple months ago on the subject, and it still remains relevant. I'm gonna play that now. Now, what did the Sam Pepper versus Pyrocynical and Sniper Wolf versus Herotic situations have in common? Both of them involve popular YouTubers unfairly striking videos that threatened them or they didn't like, with no opposition from YouTube. Now take a look at Weezer Plays, who made a parody of Leafy and pretended to watch a video of some cringy kids and make fun of them. He got a strike instantly. Community guidelines. 1 strike on his channel. Video taken down. Does that happen to Leafy? No, it doesn't. I want to highlight something else that happened a little while ago that really caught my eye but didn't seem to catch anyone else's. Now, around late 2014 or early 2015, YouTube added a tab to the community section known as fans, and this tab basically mimicked what the subscribers tab does now, but contained a lot more features. Not only could you see your subscribers just like this tab, but back then you could also order them by newest, most active, most popular, and oldest. You could also see each subscriber's latest comment on one of your videos, as well as create a Google Plus circle with all of your most engaged fans. Now, around 8 to 10 months ago, YouTube announced that fans would be going away and instead replaced it with the subscribers tab, which only allows you to view your subscribers, see when they subscribed, and order them by newest and most popular. You can't even view your oldest subscribers. Along with that change, you also couldn't even view your own videos in the video manager. If you go and check, you can view them by popular and newest. Now, I know all of this seems extremely nitpicky, but if you really read between the lines, you can see this subconscious change in YouTube's attitude as it gears itself more towards popularity and importance than it does being fair and getting back to your fans and really connecting with the community. Now, aside from that example, another situation in which YouTube is incredibly partial is prank YouTubers.
When do they stop tuning their instruments and play the music?
That is the music.
I'm joking! Stop! 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 Stop the break! Stop!
Prank YouTubers are known for getting away with things that they probably shouldn't. A good example is actually from Grade A Under A's video a little while ago about YouTube restricting his videos. Now, I know Grade is under some fire right now for bad content and being a snake and all of that, but whether or not you like the guy or you trust the guy, this video made a very decent point.
My last video got age restricted. And rightfully so, right? Because my video had clips of punches from prank videos in it. And punches are violence, aren't they? Which is strictly against YouTube's community guidelines. However, while I can't watch those punches on my video, I can go and watch the very same punches that got my video age restricted in the original videos that I took the clips from. And don't give me any excuse about how they're small videos, right? Because one of the punches I showed came from a video which got over 2 million views. Yet that video wasn't age restricted, but mine was.
It really just seems like YouTube tends to prefer people who bring in more money, bring in more views, bring in more people to the site to be active. From a business standpoint, I can see that. These people fuel the business. They keep the business going. They keep YouTube on top. They fuel the site's success, basically. The sad reality is there's really not much we can do about it. And it's really sad because I think YouTube really just takes, our lack of action for tolerance and doesn't do anything.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now, this is probably the biggest point in this video. YouTube is notorious for ignoring its users. Now, this dates all the way back to even 2011 with the Cosmic Panda design. YouTube tested a new design over the summer of 2011 known as Cosmic Panda. You probably remember it. The black and white, soft, shaded, very nice, actually, look of YouTube. As YouTube stated, it was an experiment, and in December of 2011, they shut it down to a lot of people's dismay. They collected a lot of feedback, and a lot of the designs from Cosmic Panda are still shown in, the new YouTube 1 design today. But the thing is that people don't want YouTube 1 design. I mean, we all dealt with it, but everyone really loved Cosmic Panda, and a lot of people said they would prefer to just keep that forever. The same is true with the Google Plus integration that YouTube added way back in like 2013 or 14 that nobody really wanted and nobody liked.
But yeah, everybody hates Google Plus.
They also tend to ignore strikes and takedowns unless you have a big enough audience to make a fuss and get on their nerves. For instance, I Hate Everything got his channel shut down a couple months back, out of nowhere, just logged in and it was gone. And the only way he was able to get it to YouTube was basically like through starting a riot. His Twitter fans supported him and he was able to make a video about it on Jar Media.
So it's been taken down. My channel's been taken down, okay? I don't know particularly why. So if you could do me a favor and cause as big of a stink as possible about this, that would be real helpful.
When YouTube gave him his channel back, they didn't even apologize. They just said,
"Hi, after a review of your account, we have confirmed that your YouTube account is not in violation of our terms of service. As such, we have unsuspended your account." Okay, forget apologizing. Forget even addressing me by name. Forget giving me the most basic explanation for what even happened.
YouTube's super guilty for this, and it's never talking about big changes or updates anymore. They really only talk about big changes and updates after they've happened, and they really don't respond to any feedback, and they don't take any feedback. Once they make a decision and an update, for the most part, it's final. They rarely change, or they rarely even address it. Recently, YouTube has begun notifying people that their videos were not being monetized anymore, and a lot of people made a fuss about it. But it was later found out that YouTube has been doing this for a long time.
2 years ago, we made a reaction video to Prank Invasion. The video made like 1/10 of what it would usually make. So we emailed YouTube, we talked to our network, and they said our video got moved to this kind of black market for advertisers, where they would have to opt in and say, I'm okay advertising on videos about rape. And obviously nobody clicks that, right? So we ended up getting almost no revenue on that video, and we learned a lesson back then.
They've only recently decided to start disabling monetization altogether, and as usual, instead of letting us know in a post or something, they just did it without telling anybody. And there's no way to contact YouTube unless you've got a decent subscriber count, or you're like an important figure, basically. If you've got like 1 million subscribers, I believe there's like an email and stuff you can directly contact a YouTube representative, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with having a system to benefit people who have been around longer or make better content and stuff, who have gained an audience. But at the same time, you can't treat your base users like crap. All we have is the YouTube help forum. The help forum is zero help to you unless you are brand spanking new to YouTube or any website ever. They're improving the site for the better people, but not for the normal people, like us, like me, a guy with only 4,800 subscribers.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Now I'm going to talk about YouTube Heroes, and before you go screaming dead topic, alright, hear me out. I mean, technically this entire video is a dead topic until YouTube pisses off Philip DeFranco again. Basically, YouTube Heroes, as you probably know, is a new system involving rewarding YouTubers for removing bad content, reporting bad comments, reporting bad videos. As you move up through the system, you gain points and you gain, new features, and you get to test out new items and products that YouTube's doing. It's basically a whole reward system. And it's a good idea, clean up YouTube, reward people for it, but the entire program is inherently negative. You're probably like, what do you mean negative, Cole? It's got heroes in the name. Yes, you're maybe making YouTube a better place, but you're focusing on bad content, all right? You're reporting bad videos. Basically, YouTube is looking to us to stop any negativity at all costs. If YouTube really wants to hop behind a system named Heroes, it should be about people who do good and prevent the bad from happening in the first place.
Nugget, biscuit, nugget in a biscuit, nugget, biscuit, nugget in a biscuit.
So who do we blame for this? Is there someone to blame? Is it somebody's fault? A lot of people want to blame Susan. Susan Wozniak. People want to blame Susan because she's the CEO. But things I've heard said about Susan are frankly terrible. Susan's an idiot. Susan doesn't know what she's doing. Susan's a retard. Susan's a dumb bitch. Basically a bunch of stuff she doesn't deserve. I actually did some research into Susan's past, and I found a lot of really interesting things about her. In fact, back in September of 1998, when Google was founded as a company, it was founded in Susan's own garage. She's been with them since the beginning. She herself orchestrated the purchase of YouTube by Google in 2006. And before you people like hop on her and get mad, oh, it's her fault, Google owns YouTube. Google probably would have bought YouTube anyway, guys, all right? Google's done some good for YouTube. I mean, hell, she even created AdSense. She developed AdSense herself. None of you would get paid if it wasn't for Susan Weedwhacker. Now, there's two ways you can go. You can say, yes, she's got a history with Google. Maybe she just doesn't know how to run a website like YouTube. And maybe that's right. She's an advertiser. Maybe she's in over her head. Whether or not she's decent at her job, I don't think it's entirely Susan's fault. In fact, I think it's all of YouTube's responsibility to treat their own users correctly. Their PR team, their product team. And Susan, as the CEO, can push for change.
Num, 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 babies.
Is YouTube dying? I don't think so. Are they killing their brand? I do think so. We're not about to all go over to Vimeo, but it does have an opportunity to become a very hated brand, something like Twitter, where people openly dislike Twitter. The solution I'm gonna put forward sounds a little bit weird, but they need to take a Fine Brothers approach. You're probably like, what? Fine Brothers? Didn't they do React World and lose a ton of subs? Yes, the Fine Brothers did. They screwed up big time. However, the Fine Brothers and YouTube are almost in the same boat in this. Fine Brothers released a big program that they thought might make the community better. React World. YouTube has released a program that can hopefully clean up their site. YouTube Heroes. Both of these are doing bad. In fact, YouTube Heroes has more dislikes on it than both of the Fine Brothers videos about React World combined. The difference between YouTube and the Fine Brothers is communication. The Fine Brothers listened. They heard people's complaints about React World, and eventually they took it down. YouTube could listen so much more. The only response I've been able to find on Twitter in regards to YouTube Heroes and all this stuff is literally them just defending YouTube Heroes. They claim that they moderate all reports, but Ouija's channel takedown is some pretty decent proof that they don't monitor all of their reports. They need to learn to communicate with their users. I can't stress that enough, all right? There's nothing wrong with making mistakes, rolling out a bad program, accidentally deactivating a channel, but you have to communicate all right? You have to fix your problems. You have to listen to the people that it affects directly and do something about it. Of all the things they could do, right? Here's the easiest way YouTube could fix this. They need to find a better way to help and inform creators about updates and changes to the site. They need to be more specific, whether it's advertiser guidelines or the reason your channel's been taken down, because the strikes frankly just say that you violated community guidelines and you're in trouble, not whichever ones, who reported you for it. It's incredibly vague. They need to be more specific so people can understand what they're trying to say. They need to fix the appeal system because frankly, it's ridiculous. I mean, appealing for a video that's been demonetized is literally a checkbox that says reevaluate my video. And YouTube needs a better place for people to go and get help. They need some kind of better support line, whether it's a support Twitter account, a support email. If YouTube can do this, I 100% promise that they can save their brand and they can fix all of these problems. And it would be so monumental for YouTube to at least acknowledge that they've screwed up and ask people what we want. Ask us what we want from YouTube. It's really hard to feel appreciated as someone who uses the site daily when I'm treated like this and given a forum and that's it. A blind ear, blind eye, whatever. So that's about all I have to say. I would like to say a huge thank you to my friend Ryan. He was an incredible help in making this video. My life has been incredibly busy and stressful lately, and you know what, with me applying to colleges and doing a ton of schoolwork and running the Berserker, I haven't had a lot of time to get started on projects, and Ryan helped me outline the video, come up with topics to discuss, and even help me out with some of the research. If he hadn't done that for me, this video wouldn't have happened. Also, thanks to Sive Morton and Wild Spartans for some of the screenshots. That's called a shout out, Leafy. If you have any feedback, feel free to post in the comments. Again, thank you so much for watching. This is probably one of the biggest videos I've ever put together, and I really appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.